In this video, we're going to show you how to convert images or PDFs to intelligent AutoCAD P&ID objects. First thing we do is start with a new drawing. In our project navigator, we're going to give it a very descriptive name. And it's going to pull up the template file that we have, which includes a title block. And this title block is missing a image file, so it brings up the reference manager. So we're just going to use that to our advantage and attach a PDF. Got a PDF already made. I'm going to place it in there. I know I need to offset the insertion point a little bit to center this in the drawing. And there we have our PDF inserted as a reference into our AutoCAD drawing. I'm going to zoom down here to this pump and put in a couple of lines, a suction and discharge line. So we'll start with the suction line, and I'm starting at the pump and working my way backwards, and you might think that's a little backwards. I'll show you the reason I do this, and it makes it kind of easy to go either direction. So there's our first process line. It is backwards, so we simply right click on the line and go to the context menu for schematic line edit and reverse flow, and there you have it. Okay, we'll place another line for our discharge on the pump, and this time the flow is going correctly in the way I'm drawing it. So that line has some more fittings on it, so we'll kind of put both of them. So we're going to assign a size. This is a smart line. We're going to assign a size to it so that our reducers and our valves labels can be updated. So just assigning one size, and you'll see in a second why we do that. First of all, place a reducer. So this is a PDF. It's a vector PDF, so I can actually snap to the parts of it. It didn't quite attach to my line because it's not quite lined up. I just select the grip and move it down, and you see it's 3x3 at this point. But I go ahead and change the size, and now everything looks good, and the rotation and orientation of the reducer is correct. So we can place another reducer on this line. You can just place it directly on there and move it after the fact, or try and snap like I am. We're going to run into this problem a couple times because they're not exactly square, but it's easy enough to deal with. Change that to a 2-inch, and our reducer flips around and is headed the right direction. Pick my valves tab on my tool palette and get to my check valve. That went in just fine. It actually has a 4-inch size label there, but we can't see it. This one didn't quite go on as well, so let me try and slide it along there and snap to it. Still can't get it. That's a little bit of a problem, so I'll just pull it out and then drag it back in so I can get a snap, and there you see 4-inch was highlighted. So that's how to do some lines, and that's just drawing over existing objects. We're going to create a tank, and I'm going to set the line to layer 0, and just as good CAD practice, drawing a rectangle and then a couple of polylines to represent the well of this tank, and then the cone roof part of the tank. So we got 3 different objects, and we're going to highlight each of those objects individually to use as our definition for converting to a P&ID object by right-clicking and selecting that option, and then you can tell it what category this is or what class it is in order for it to accept the right data fields. Since it was lines, objects, I had to give it a insertion point, which is the center of the bottom of the tank. Now that it's a smart object, I can add a tag and edit the data behind the tank tag. Since it's smart, it knows it has to be a tank, start with a tank. So now we assign the number. Old habits were to try and click text. That's not text though, that's a PDF, so I have to manually type this one in. Get that typed in and assign it, and now it's a smart object, and we just have a good start on converting a PDF or image file to AutoCAD smart P&ID objects. Thank you.